One, two, three, four, five. And we're live, guys.
It's
Welcome
already
back,
live.
guys.
I think we're here. Yeah.
Yeah, we're live, guys. Welcome back, everyone. Our great supporters of the Unprofessional Reseller Life. And keep so far we were very consistent, guys, which is very surprising. I'm not very consistent person, so guys, make sure to turn the volume down on YouTube side because I never do, as you guys know, learned. So, guys, today we got very special guest, Max. Fast talking flipper. Someone actually told me today, not someone, Angela from our Marco Polo group said that I can be fast talking flipper, but since I talk a lot. But actually today, guys, today I don't know how it's gonna go. Max is much better talking, so I may not win the title today. So, guys,
So I'm not getting a word in at all here now.
guys, and Lisa will actually speak more than me today, I promise, because I was at the bins and I'm tired. So Max is our guest, guys. If you have any questions for Max regarding any reselling, about any recent orders, good sales, eBay glitches, any type of questions, guys, put it in the chat, and Max will answer it, guys. Not me, since I'm not that knowledgeable. So, guys, Max, I put all the information for Max in the description, guys. His YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Max, you got TikTok.
We do, but we don't use it yet.
So eventually, guys, what about Whatnot? You got Whatnot?
Yeah, I'm on Whatnot. We grabbed all the names across the platforms, so some freaking unruly people can't steal them from us first. But we have everything on every platform. We just may not use a whole lot.
Right. Let me say hello to Mike, Fartek, Jack. Some people came here before, guys. I really appreciate it. That means a lot, guys. When we have great supporters of our live coming in even before the live starts, means a lot, guys. I cried today for 10 hours before I went live. So we got Mike in the house. We got one of the biggest Cleveland Browns fans, dumpster diver Scott. He loves the Browns, guys, very much, even though he makes fun of them all the time with his Cowboys stuff. But at the same time, he's like kind of a Browns closet fan. So we got Scott in the house. We got Andy Someta in the house. Andy, thanks for stopping by, guys. Nicolo Presto from our group, Marco Polo in Discord. Kim in the house, Kim T. Appreciate it. We got Despot Picker in the house, guys. Mike from Georgia, guys. Currently from Georgia. Mike rarely stops by. Mike, thanks for stopping by, man. Guys, if you know Mike,
2 minutes to get to that.
Let's see how long.
New record.
Mike actually is a big fan of the channel, guys, when he doesn't curse, like me. Meg in the house, Lilac Seller, Angela, welcome in the house. And actually, Max Angela told me that I can be fast talking flipper without no experience in fast talking. We got Lisa in the house, guys. Bubbles, blinks, and little things. And Max in the house.
Hey, look at that.
I caught up, guys. We got Yakov Benz, my good friend from New York in the house. Jacob or Jake. Actually, he doesn't like to be called Jacob. He's Jake, guys. Yakov. Disgruntled octopus in the house from Australia. President of Australia, guys. So, and we got Dennis Winningham in the house. Appreciate you stopping by. New name. And James.
That's my homie, Dennis.
Oh, there you go. See, you got fans already, man, in our life. That's great.
Yeah, he's one of the local guys that I helped get started on eBay and get into reselling.
Great, Dennis. Appreciate you stopping by, and we got Lisa in the house again. James, howdy from very wet Central Texas, guys, and Patrick Murphy flying by in the helicopter again without any fuel. So Patrick, thanks for stopping by. Patrick actually, guys, makes more reselling money because he has a helicopter and an airplane. So he has to put a lot of fuel on them by flying around every day. So
Sounds
Max,
like a liability.
yeah, Max is actually, guys, if you don't know, Max is from our you can say Max is from Ohio since he's a Bengals fan, but at the same time he's from Indiana. On the border. He lives on the border, guys.
Yeah, my house makes up the border. I couldn't get any closer to Ohio if I tried.
Yeah, but still, I mean, actually, guys, if you followed my channel and Mac's channel, we actually had a meetup in Cleveland here. Max actually with Angie came over here day before Christmas, and we went to Thrift in one of the best, most expensive thrift stores in Cleveland, guys. So if you're ever here, let me know. We're gonna go to that one again. And I was surprised you guys actually found some plush, which was kind of, and some, I
Yeah.
think you found some like things, and plush I think was like the best find.
Yeah, I found 5 or 6 plush. One that was like 40 or $50. So it wasn't bad. We just got around to listing all that, getting into it and listing. We've kind of changed our business model. So like a lot of that stuff that I picked up, I didn't end up listing because it was just it was lower dollar than what I want to list now. So, it's going into our yard sale pile. We'll have a yard sale this year and sell it there.
But that's cool, guys. And if you're new to our live, I really appreciate you. Gonna appreciate you stopping by. New subscribers, I really appreciate it. And also, guys, please follow Max because he got very interesting content on his channel, very consistent, guys. Not like us, me and Lisa, who put out video every 5 years. Max actually putting out Max actually putting out videos at least 3 times a week, guys. That's very, very consistent kind of thing for YouTube,
Try.
guys, to put out content. And he got a lot of order pull videos. Most of you, Max, you do order pulls, right? Like,
Yeah, most of it's going to be 2 order pull videos a week, and then once yard sale stuff gets kicking back off, it'll be 1 picking video a week.
see, there you go, guys. Some preview for you. So please follow Max, give him subscribe to him, follow him, guys. And I really appreciate it. Max will really appreciate it. Angie will really appreciate it. So there you go.
Yeah, for you guys that don't know, Angie is she's my better half. She's my girlfriend, and she does all the stuff behind the scenes. She does all the editing and everything. She doesn't really like to be on camera, so it's like I call it Dora the Explorer because when you see Angie, you scream like Angie, Angie, and let me know that she's there. You scream it back at the screen. But yeah, she does all the stuff for me. We try to do I do a lot of education because I teach too. I teach college level automotive, so I try to do some education with the picking videos. I always try to have at least one topic in there as well. It's not straight picking or pulling videos, I should say, pulling videos.
Yeah, and you got interesting topics also. If you guys follow Mac's channel, he got very interesting topics in his pull order videos at the same time where he discusses things about eBay dying, eBay getting alive again.
Right?
Sorry. Hey, I used to be in medical. I know when to call TOD.
That's okay, Lisa. We know what you're talking about for now.
For now.
Is eBay not doing well for you?
Oh, good glory. Me and a couple of the people I talked to. Good God.
Actually, I had
on the chest of it and ain't getting no pulse. I don't know.
Yeah, Max, if you agree with me, like most likely a lot of the stuff on eBay also depends on like what type of, it's always gonna be like that in my opinion. People, especially, how everyone kind of claims right now that the
Right.
economy is down, and it is kind of down. I mean, I understand it, but at the
Nope.
same time,
I'm absolutely crushing it. This is like even better than Q4.
you see, that's gonna be like
Fine.
that.
Give us vibes.
I don't know what it is, but we're absolutely just killing it right now. We've had our best outside of 1 month last year, and that was a fluke month because we sold a $6,500 tripod. But outside of 1 month last year, we had our best 31 days of any month in the last 14 months, I think.
And that's good, man. That's actually a lot. There's gonna be always kind of, opinion on that kind of stuff because of certain things that everyone will sell different things. Some things will sell faster, some things will always be long tail, or some things will. I mean, there are gonna be people who not even gonna buy anything from your store at all because some things are not gonna be needed for anyone at all. So you
Right.
might as well donate it, you know. So let me say hello to Christine Anderson in the house. Christine, appreciate you stopping by. Easy Pickings, Chris in the house. Chris, welcome. I'm gonna try to catch up today, guys. You know, always behind, so I really apologize once again in advance. We got Jill in the house and Ken most likely in the house also. Jill, appreciate you stopping by. Ping in the house, Ping G always supporting coming in. Appreciate you stopping by. So Max, in terms of
Whoa,
like,
whoa, wait a second. Ping is a real person?
uh,
Yes.
Ping
She's
actually, Ping is some
Holy shit, she is a real person. She
Ping.
commented something. Go ahead, Lisa.
actually was on Shane Soda City Flips live on Monday, I think 2 weeks ago. It was only her third time being on screen. Yeah,
Really?
she's real.
Yeah,
She's
she
in
was. Yeah.
California.
She commented something and I didn't understand what she was saying. I was like, that's a bot. Delete. My bad.
Oh no, man, you have to. Ping, we're really sorry about that. We kind of.
That's my fault.
Max even deleted me because he thought I was a bot. So Ping, believe me, Max
I am
doesn't.
one bot.
Max doesn't trust the bots, so he deleted my YouTube and completely deleted my Instagram. So that's normal. But he
Whoopsie.
apologizes in advance, also, Ping. We're really sorry. Actually, Max Ping is very knowledgeable in a lot of things, a lot of
Yes.
eBay questions, answers, platforms like products. She's been doing reselling for many, many years. A lot of respect to Ping. She has a lot of knowledge. And we're gonna have Ping. Hopefully, I'll invite Ping also to be the guest. So Ping, if you don't mind in the future to be the guest on our live, let us know.
We
I
we
mean, I
shouldn't
would
be on together.
most likely. Max, now Pink will not unsubscribe from you. So
Right.
I'm sorry,
I just checked my
sorry, Max.
subscriber count. I'm down one.
Yeah, Pink. Yeah, Max actually, yeah, he didn't know it was you, so he actually probably thought it was like me, a bot, and deleted everyone's accounts, guys. So he apologizes for that. But yeah, Max is actually very fun, guys. We had a great time when they came here with Angie, and we hanged out at Sourced a little bit. We didn't go partying anywhere. Hopefully next time, Max, when you guys are here,
Easter. Let's go.
yeah, we can go to a local bar and get some drinks maybe.
Come
Usually I
I'll
with
be up
don't
there
drink.
Good Friday.
Yeah, we're gonna celebrate something. Maybe we'll find some kind of good products at the thrift store cheap, so we can
Yeah.
celebrate.
Well, it should be. Well, maybe it'll be warm enough that there'll be some sales out and go hit some stuff up.
Yeah, we in Cleveland. It's gonna be most likely yes already. Hopefully some garage sales. It's gonna be
Yeah.
early.
Easter's pretty late this year.
Yeah, I know. It's like this year, most likely, yes, we may have like early garage sales. Hopefully, because the weather, I can tell you, Max, I don't know how it is in your area right now, but here in Cleveland, last couple days, it was like 60 degrees and it was
Yeah.
like spring like. So it's kind of unusual, guys. But it always happens in February in Cleveland. Then it gets cold and it's actually going to be cold until June. So
I'm waiting for the
that's,
snow. It's coming back. It
That's
always
actually that's actually normal type of situation for Cleveland guys. We get like couple 65-degree days or 70 degrees like one day in February, and then like for about like 2.5 months after that we get snow.
Yeah.
No, that's true
Non-stop.
because the buds will start on my apple tree, and I go, "It's gonna snow," and it always does.
So Max,
Mark.
what do you what do you like to tell everyone? Because if you guys followed Max channel, you're an everything seller, correct? You like to
Yes,
sell everything,
absolutely.
like me.
I always say from shotguns to snack cakes, I'll sell it all.
See, guys. So what? And you, I know because I talked to Max in Cleveland when he was here. You actually started out as an auctioneer, guys, and Max can tell you guys. If you would like, Max, tell your background, how you started out, and how you actually met John, Cincinnati Picker, also at that time.
If you guys are like longtime Cincinnati Picker followers, you might recognize me because I was John's auctioneer when he still had his auction company before he sold that franchise. I was his live auctioneer where he would liquidate all his stuff that he wouldn't put in the online auction. So I still do carry an auction license in Indiana and Ohio, and I've had one in Kentucky as well. So I do that also. The auction business hasn't been that busy lately, so we fill the void with reselling, and that's kind of where we're at right now.
And you do like you still go to auctions. I know you probably do all the time,
Oh
right?
yeah, yep. I do. I go to auctions, but I also offer like as another, because I've got multiple forms of income. It's like the reselling thing isn't just the only thing that we do, but like I do contract bid calling where I'll go to someone else's auction company and I'll call for them. So I'll be able to run the auction and do everything and not have to deal with setup or any of the crap that comes with, the business side of things. I just, run my mouth and that's all I do.
And you do, I mean, still like you go to, do you do like an auction as an auctioneer right now also? Do you do that?
I haven't had one in a while. COVID really changed the industry because a lot of the live people that did, only live events, they were forced to go online, whereas they refused to before. So that took this realm where I was, because even though I had an auction company, I was an online auctioneer, and I'm a good auctioneer. Like I won the Ohio state championship a few years back and whatnot. So I can call real good and I can run a good auction, but it was just easier to do things online. And since COVID hit and it drove all these other auctioneers online, the stuff that they were passing up on is now stuff that they are taking because they realized how easy it really is to do it all. So I haven't had as many auctions. I get calls, but I usually go out to see them, and they're absolute trash. They're just clean outs where I just go and I either buy them or I offer to clean them out in exchange for money because it's just junk.
But that's a good thing, Max, because I mean, since you've been an auction, have you done auctions for a lot of different companies?
Yeah, I've been as far west as California and as far east as Vermont. I haven't made it to Maine yet.
Wow, that's like a lot of traveling. And
Yeah.
you always did you always live in that area where you are right now in Indiana?
The greater Cincinnati general area, right around there. I spent some time. I was in the military, so I spent some time over in Europe. I was over in Germany for 7 years, but short of that, I've always been in this area.
Yeah, and it's actually a nice area in my opinion because Max is like, I mean, there is a lot of opportunities in my opinion where you are to
Yeah.
actually source. And when you were doing when you were working as an auctioneer, did you at the same time were buying as actual storage unit?
That's how we got started with the reselling. Was Angie had moved in with me, and she saw this huge pile of crap that I had from where I would buy, because I'm on the block, I'm selling, getting so many things going, and I'd see people like buying stuff cheap, and I'm like, well, if your $5 is good, my 750 is just as good. So I would, bid as well, and I would end up buying something and taking it home with the intent that I'm going to keep it myself or resell it just like they are. Well, it's easy to buy. We all know that. Death piles are super easy to accumulate, but it's not so easy to sell it. So I just had this huge pile of stuff. And Angie was like, one day, she's like, hey, we should sell this. And she started showing me, because I never really realized how big YouTube reselling was. Like I knew John had his channel, but I had no idea it was as big as it was. So she showed me like his channel, and I was like, I know him. Like I have his phone number right here. And she's like, no, you don't. And I pulled it up and I was like, yeah, this is his phone number. She's like, holy crap, you really do know him. So she started showing me other ones, Kevin and Dave and all these other things that she had been watching. And we decided to get on eBay, and I showed her how to do eBay, and she started listing, and one thing led to another, and we blew up pretty quick. We did 6 figures in our first year of selling on eBay. So we sold quite a bit. And, that wasn't just my personal collection from auctions, but that was sourcing and everything and learning how to scale it up. But to summarize it, yes, I bought at auction and, had a lot of crap kicking around.
Nice, that's the thing about it. See, and whenever you got also like in Max's case, he gets help from Angie in terms of listing and also editing videos, right, Max?
Oh yeah, yeah. She does all the editing for me. I don't even know how to edit. I have no idea. She does all the editing on that end. The only thing I do is I, drop links into Opus Clip and have it do that for me, and that's the only thing I handle.
That's good, man. That's actually very good. Whenever you have this kind of combination, I said it before in the life, and you have a combination of like boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife working together, and having like being on the same page. That's gonna be always helpful because this way you're not gonna get worked out, and you're gonna still be able to do both things. Like you're gonna do YouTube because you like to do YouTube, and you're also gonna resell and source together and list, so that's helpful sometimes when you get help like that. So, and also Max, thank you for your service, man. I actually didn't know until I met Max in Cleveland that he served in the army, and
Yeah,
thank you for your service, man. And it really means a lot for a lot of people, I mean, that's great. And I had friends in military also, so I know what it is, and it's difficult thing in terms of people going to, doesn't matter if it's army, navy, marines, so like air force, so it means a lot.
yeah.
um, so like whenever you try to before, when you started out with just being an auctioneer, was it a difficult part for you to kind of um, keep it going? And I know that you have to have special skills to be an auctioneer. Like that's what your YouTube channel name is in
Right.
a way that you probably decided to name it this way because you were an auctioneer with this talent of speaking fast.
Yep. Yeah, if you watch my channel, you see that I just roll, the whole time. I'm like you, I just talk and talk and talk. And I get going in the rigmarole and can speak pretty quickly. Um, it's it was difficult to get started. I will say that, but once it did get rolling, like my biggest auction to well, I won't say biggest auction to date, but one of my biggest auctions to date was one of my first ones where somebody trusted me with a Star Wars collection that they had no idea was valuable. And because of the research and all the different stuff that I did with it, I was able to discern that some of the pieces were super, super rare pieces that aren't stuff you could get off the shelf. And with that, we ended up selling like, I think it was 82 pieces sold for $66,000 of Star Wars. One loose figure sold for $10,100, and that kind of established me as knowing what I'm doing. So it was easy from that point on to point at that auction and say, hey, if I can do this for them when they thought they had nothing, I can do just as well for you. And if it weren't for COVID, it would be yeah, it would I would definitely still be running pretty hard right today.
Wow, that's interesting, man. That's like that in your case, since you've been doing it, how long you've been doing this type of reselling altogether that you're doing currently on platforms? How long?
I've been reselling for 20 years. Yeah, so my current account is a 20 or 2003 account, and it's because I was one of the first people to get fished on PayPal. They didn't even know about phishing back then in 2003, uh, and or they knew about it, but it was like fresh new. So when I called them up, they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna forward you to our fraud department because something weird's going on." So I had to cancel my account, my original eBay account. But I've been on eBay since like the late '90s, '98, '99, and then when I was over in Germany, boy oh boy, I hustled like no other. I was buying car parts over there and sending them back to the States and selling them back here. Um, and made a small fortune on that, but I spent it all on car parts like an idiot. But then I got back here and kept the hustle going, and I didn't do it. I was always afraid to scale up. I might have 20, 30 items at any one time on eBay, but that was it. And I just the thought of inventory gave me anxiety. So Angie convinced me to, get outside my comfort zone and scale up and get into more inventory. And we went to 100 items, 200, 500, and the highest we've been is like 1,200 items in our store. And it's like now we bought a shed, and that's what's behind me is we have a good inventory system, and I could go 20,000 items and have no problem with it at all. I have the inventory control now.
That's a lot of items. See,
Yeah.
guys, there you go. A lot of, and if you watched Max's videos, I mean, you will see what he's talking about, and you're very organized too. You guys
I
got
try
very,
to. Yeah.
you guys put everything in its place, even though sometimes in your videos I've seen that when you will go to a certain box and the
Yep.
stuff will not be there.
And it's like you can see the defeat come on my face, like, oh, I've spent 10 minutes looking for this item and it's one bin over. Like,
Man, that happens all the time to me also. So it happens to basically everyone. I'm
yeah.
pretty sure because sometimes you will list stuff and then you put as where it is in your inventory in which bin or box, and then you by mistake will put it in the next box or next bin,
Yeah.
and then when you have to pull it, it's not gonna be there.
Yep.
That happened to me also, man. So it happens all the time because
Or I'm looking in the wrong bin. Like I read the SKU wrong and I'm looking in the wrong bin and I'm freaking out, like throwing stuff, kicking puppies and just
man, I know
mad as all get out.
you actually one of the YouTubers and that I enjoy especially because you're very truthful and you're very genuine. Because right away you can tell whenever I see someone's YouTube how they are. Right away you can tell if that person is genuine or he's like saying bullshit and whatever. Like in my opinion, like people have different
Yeah.
opinions. All people have different opinions, but in your case, yes, yeah, like right away when you start your video you're explaining something and then you're pulling orders and then you will tell that some kind of news or like about or like some kind of topic that you wanted to discuss. So it's kind of interesting concept. I mean, I kind of find it interesting because whenever you have certain topics and certain topics come up almost every time, not just with eBay, it comes
Yeah.
up with YouTube or like other platforms or
Yeah, like
anything.
flaky salt, man. We had a conversation about flaky salt the other day. Flaky salt is far superior than just regular table salt. That's all that needs to be said about it. And somebody wanted to argue with me in the comments, and they're wrong. Like you're just wrong. I just blocked them. I kicked them off my channel. And I blocked them. Like I don't need that negativity in my life.
See, there you go, guys. If you don't need negativity, just go ahead and block. I give you
Hey,
permission.
Pay pissed off 1 foot flipper. He taught me that. He's
Exactly.
like, any question, just block them.
We got Vintage Ivan. Welcome, Vintage Ivan. Ivan in the house. Ivan always comes in, supports us. Soda City Flips. Shane was in the house already. He had to go, but Shane always supports. And guys, Shane put out a very good video today when he was rapping. Max, did you see that video that Shane put out today? That he put
Yeah,
out
it made me feel extremely white.
Shane got a
Yeah.
very good talent, guys. If that reselling thing doesn't work out, he can be a rapper.
He messaged me earlier. He said he was going to be here, but he was afraid he was going to have to go manscape instead.
Oh my stars!
Yeah, that's what he said.
Thanks for that visual, Max.
Mac, I can
You're
tell
welcome.
you guys, on
He's a
Thursday,
hairy man, except on the top of his head.
that happens, man. See, that's actually sometimes you can be hairy somewhere else and not be hairy in other spots. So it's like, unfortunately, guys, it's what happens.
Yeah,
Especially
his
when you get
underpants have racing stripes.
especially when you get older, guys. So don't be afraid of that. Performance
My hair
of the
all
year.
falls. Yeah, it trickles. Past 40, it starts to trickle.
And Patrick saying winter fake spring. Exactly. Second, actually, Patrick Max is near you.
Yeah,
Patrick,
he said he was in Cincinnati, but I didn't catch where he said he was from down here.
yeah, he was at the reseller rally also. And the funny part is, guys, I will admit it actually that when I was at the reseller rally, and we actually talked about it when Max and Angie were in Cleveland, that for some reason I didn't even talk to them at the rally. So that's actually truthful. And they saw me there on the boat, but I didn't even say hi to them, guys. You see how embarrassing I was for me when they were in Cleveland to visit me here, and I didn't even say hi to them on the boat, guys. They thought I was like very disrespectful, guys. But I apologized. I said I was too busy drinking with Archie
Yeah,
nonstop.
there were so many people there that we couldn't catch everybody too.
Yeah, but it was fun event, and Max, you guys had fun too. Did you guys come over on Friday, or you were there
Yeah.
only? So you were at
Yep.
that
Yep.
other at the room, right? Conference room also.
Yep. We were in the conference room, came over Friday, and then we're back on Saturday for the whole thing.
The boat to jump off the boat event.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a very fun event. And Max was trying to dance with me, but kind of didn't want to dance with me that much.
Yeah. I got out on the dance floor, but people were like, "Are you having a stroke?" And I was like, "No, I guess I should probably get off the dance floor."
No, it was fun. Actually, we had some people that jumped off but came back. You know, Mike Despile Picker jumped off, but he came back onto the boat. And look at Mike will now come in and start cursing in the chat. Probably lurking, guys. We got Kiss in the house, vintage sports flips. We got. If I missed anyone, guys, I'm really sorry. I always feel so bad if I miss someone, man. It's like, and I'm always late on the comments and like read comments very slowly and miss comments. So I apologize, guys. We got Harry Hamstone in the house. Huge pile is a good thing. See, there you go, Max. That's one of the best.
Size matters.
And he's asking Lisa, Blinks, how's the Blinks?
Hey, blingy.
Uh, and we got, let's see if I missed anyone else. Kali Luis in the house. Luis, welcome. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to catch up. Richard Tatnidra flips in the house. And Fort Pinto flips. Also, Fort Pinto picks. Because Richard actually has 2 channels now, guys. Like he's a more professional YouTuber now. Max, do you think you're gonna have 2 channels in the future, or you wanna stick to
No.
one?
No,
You just wanna
just
stick
one. Yeah. I don't have any intent to get like Kevin big or anything like that. That's ridiculous. We were looking at his numbers. I think it was 540 flips, and Brandon, we were looking at his numbers, Kevin's numbers, and he is like his views are right there with Harry Tornado. He doesn't have the subscribers, but he's got the views of Harry Tornado, and like that's insane. Those are insane numbers because that's like millions upon millions of views, and there's no, yeah, I don't have the time for that. Like,
Man, and you gotta give him props, man. He's actually coming on like consistently with. He's a nice dude, you know, Kevin. Even
he
there is a
makes
lot
more
of
on YouTube than he does
negativity
reselling, I
towards him,
think.
but he's a nice dude. I mean, you cannot not like him. That's like impossible, you know, because
Yeah.
I mean, he comes off nice. And me, man, forget it. I will never, man, because my personality will not allow me, because I get emotional. I mean, very emotional because, like for example, in his situation, you were mentioning his views. Like he gets a lot of comments and a lot of negative comments and stuff like that. Even though you can delete them and not even pay attention to them, but some of
Yeah, I
them,
learned all about deleting comments, right, Ping?
there you go. Yeah, Pink, Max is sorry again. So, but Max said, Pink, Max said that he's very sorry. He's not gonna delete any of your comments anymore. He will
Yeah,
only delete.
I'm gonna pin every one of her comments from now on.
Just put the comments at the top, Max. That's
Yeah.
gonna be most important thing. So yeah, and there are a lot of and you started watching like originally, since you kind of knew John way back in the day, and you were watching basically kind of original gangsters of YouTube, right? Like me, original OGs,
Hey,
man, OGs of YouTube.
the
Man,
OGs, yeah, yeah.
5 channels, man.
I started watching. It was a lot of Kevin and a lot of John. Those were the two that we started watching. That would have been probably the spring, late spring, early summer of 2022. Started watching them then, and then kind of figured out that there was more out there than just them. So started watching Old School Picker Chris. I just really like his genuine demeanor about him, how he does things. You're ashamed to see him, disappear from YouTube. There was one that we watched that was here in Cincinnati, that Vincent's Valuables. He doesn't make videos anymore, but man, he had such good content. And I ran into him at a flea market one time, and he was talking about, he was just burnt out on YouTube and he wasn't going to be doing it anymore. And it was right at the end of when he stopped making videos. but he had like 20 something, 30,000 subs, something like that. And what was funny is when we first got into this, Ready Set Resell was still here in Cincinnati. They had no idea, that kind of thing. Had no idea that a lot of these people, like Shad Juice, had no idea he was around. And I ran into him a couple times before I realized he was a YouTuber.
Man, Mike is genuine. Chad Juice, man. That's
I love Mike.
That's my personality right there. Like,
Yeah,
I'm very like if you compare Mike Chad Juice, not in YouTube, of course, but personality-wise, yes, there is a lot of similarities between me and Mike.
Shad, he's awesome.
Yeah, he is always like up to the point, and when he was doing videos, you can tell.
Yeah.
He didn't take a shit from anyone, man.
I tell you, I have not been more pissed off. Well, other than at Dave, but I have not been more pissed off at somebody pulling stuff than Shad because he's in my backyard, and I'm like, damn it, how did you get that? That kind of thing.
Yeah, man. And
Because I was like, I was out and I didn't even see that. How did you get that? That kind of stuff. Hi, Kiki. But
oh, there you go, guys. We got bonus guest. We got Lisa Spet in the house. It's a bonus guest. So, and in your area, man, you actually do have also, I mentioned it before, they're like, when I was on John and Jenna's live on Monday, I told them that there are a bunch of like YouTubers who actually consistently have done YouTube videos and have like a lot of subscribers. And like in your area, Max, I think you're close also to like bigger channel YouTubers because you got John there, you got Shadjuice, you got used to have Ben. I don't think he lives there anymore.
that's Ready Set Resell. Yeah.
Resell.
He
And
moved up to Chicago.
Tesla Picker was there. And there were some other ones that I'm forgetting. I'm sorry, guys, if you're lurking. That I'm forgetting about you. But
what's her name? Kyla.
Kayla is homeschool.
She's about an hour and a half south, but she comes up here. Her and what's his name?
Ahmed, part-time pickers.
Her boy toy. Yeah.
But the thing is, like, what I'm like, I wanted to say is that, like, you got a lot of big time YouTubers in terms of your area also around you, because,
Yeah.
like, I mean, in Cleveland,
Pro Picker, Dustin.
Yeah,
he's about 45 minutes, an hour away up in Dayton. I'm surprised I haven't run into him yet. That'll be fun.
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing about like most, in my opinion, that area where Cincinnati is located and near Kentucky border, and like Indiana where you are. I mean, there is gonna be a lot of sourcing opportunities. You're kind of close to basically a lot of those highway sales also, because during the summertime you can travel through Kentucky, Tennessee. You can go to like it's close. So you kind of can go to a lot of different states and not gonna take a long time to kind of go around and source there. That's why it's a convenient area there to actually be a reseller at the same time, make content, in my opinion, because there is gonna be kind of always something different, and
right.
you're gonna run into different things, opportunities. And Max, actually before we went live told me that they're planning to travel this year, right, to one of the highway sales.
Yeah. We won't talk about that one because it's a secret.
Yes, it's a secret. We're not gonna go.
Oh, you all three of us should know about it, especially you.
Yeah, guys. So it's a secret, guys. I'm really sorry. Again, we cannot discuss any secrets no more, guys, because it's gonna bring a lot of competition. We don't want any competition, guys. Because
it's been such good, like low hanging fruit. No. I swear there's no resellers that go to this thing. It's insane, absolutely insane. The stuff that we had picked up, just we sold an item from it today. It actually was in one of my videos where I bought a box of video games. I didn't look through it at all. There was like 10 video games in it. I said, how much do you want? She said, they're 75 cents a piece. I said, would you take $5? She said, sure. I gave her $5 and I just walked out with it. And as we're driving away, Angie is looking them up and there was a $60 game in there and a $120 game. And we had no idea. I would never have talked her down if I'd have known that and there was anything good in there. I would have offered her more. So we happened to be, and it was the opposite way of where we would have normally went home. But on the way home, because we went to do some different stuff, we ended up passing that same yard sale. And I said, stop in, just let me jump out real quick. And I ran up and I gave her $20. Like, there was some better video games in there than I thought. $20 isn't a big deal considering you're making, 180 off of her, but it's like, at least it made me sleep better at night. It soothed my soul a little bit to give her a little bit extra for it. So,
Man, see, there you go. Hacking Steve will not come
I
after
knew
you.
that's where it was going. The debate.
Man, Hacking Steve is here. If he's gonna be lurking, man, that's it, Max. You're
We
off.
don't need him
You're
here.
off the hook, guys. I mean, Max and Angel are off the hook for Hacking Steve now, guys. Since Max went back and paid more.
Steve gets in here, I won't be able to handle the trolls. They follow him like sting.
Guys, we're gonna have to kind of, I don't know what to do anymore, Max. You see, that's the problem. Now we cannot be friends no more, unfortunately. Since you went back and paid more, man, I have completely different mentality. So I never pay.
It's one of those things. Like, I've done it on in my videos. I've gotten I bought some Sonos speakers, and it was 2 Sonos speakers and a sub. And I asked the woman what she wanted for them, and she hem-hawed around. She wasn't sure. Now, we were at a very high-end yard sale, like where there's a community sale in a high-end neighborhood. So I knew that they were high dollar stuff, and I knew she was selling her husband's stuff. Like, he had no idea it was in the yard. And she said, give me $20 for it. And I said, that's way too cheap. I know these are worth way more because I know Sonos is a quality brand. I didn't know those particular models, but I mean, I gave her 40. Again, it's like not a ton of money more. Like, it just helped me sleep at night, but we turned 40 into 600 within like 48 hours. So yeah, I could probably give it her 100. Not batted an eye at it, but at least it made me feel better.
Man, you're a nice dude, man. I mean, what can I say, man? There's gonna be always discussion. What we were talking about, kind of about this Hacking Steve, is that he comes out all the time and tries to trash resellers and tells on his videos that they're cheap. They're cheap ass. Like, they cannot make a living anymore, man. They have to pay up. If a video game is selling for 100, you need to pay a person $99.
Right.
How playing his name, you're going to Beetlejuice him into here.
Well,
that's okay, Lisa. I'm not afraid. If you're gonna come over, we're gonna have to block him.
it does drive me nuts. Like, people, I'll say his name because this is why I said it would be interesting if I run into him. But Pro Picker does that crap. He he'll go to a yard sale. He'll know damn well what something sells for, and he'll get a good solid price on it, and he'll still talk him down. And it makes me want to throat chop him because it's like, that's the kind of mentality that gives resellers a bad name. If you know something sells for 100 and it sells quick and you're going to get it for $10, just give them the $10. Just do it and not even ask them, will you do 5? It's like, no, you Neanderthal, just give them the 10 freaking dollars.
Yeah, man. But in my opinion, Max, if someone basically doesn't have a price on it, on some kind of collection, like if they're selling a big video game collection, and or it doesn't matter what it is, it can be clothing, vintage clothing, whatever.
Yeah.
If they're selling a collection, like, and they don't have a price on it, like at the garage sale, and you ask them how much is for everything, and they're gonna come up and say like $100, and you're gonna make, like, after all the fees and all the shipping and stuff like that, you're gonna still make approximately, say, $2,000 profit. I will pay $100. I'm not gonna pay more.
That's a whole different story because there's more work involved than 1 or 2 video games. I don't know that I've ever done a bundle group where I've paid more for the bundle group other than like those Sonos, but it was 2 items. That's all it was. So I can get that, but like an individual item, especially high sell through, like electronics, video games, that kind of stuff. It's tough for me to be like, I'm just going to take advantage of it. Like, because it feels like you're kicking them when they're down. They're already underpricing their thing. They're giving you free money, and you're like, let me get that extra $5 so I can get a double cheeseburger at McDonald's because I'm a McFatty fat.
Man,
like, come on, man.
Cheeseburger sounds nice right now, man. Even though I don't have any munchies. I didn't smoke anything today. That's good.
Whoa, wait a second. What?
What? But no, I'm
Well,
telling you, man, like,
legalize it in Ohio,
and everyone
guys.
will not subscribe now again. Let me say
I gotta go
hello.
check my numbers real quick. Hang on.
Let me say hello to Not So Meta. Andy is coming in with his second account, guys, right there. Not So Meta, guys. Say welcome to Not So Meta. Andy Not So Meta, guys. And Christine Anderson is also here. Thanks for stopping by. She said, I've never been mistaken as a nice person. When it comes to being around people, I wouldn't trust myself. There you go, guys. So you can read it. I cannot trust myself today, guys. But we're not gonna summon anyone. Let me say also hello. I think I missed Krillin, Bobby in the house. Very knowledgeable reseller, by the way. Max, do you know Bobby?
No.
Long story long or long story short, he is very
Oh, it's
famous.
long story long.
He is
Maybe you should
actually
smoke something today.
he's actually a regional gangster, man. He's been around on YouTube for 50 years, so he actually original. He started out long time ago before eBay
He
actually.
founded
He was
founded
the
YouTube
founder.
with Al Gore.
Yeah, he founded YouTube, guys. There you go. We got Ella in the house. Save her first. Blanket hello. Ella, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. And Mike does Paul Picker again. Humorous he stopped his Discord because of trolls talking shit. See, there you go, Mike. Mike, me and Mike guys gonna go find Hacking Steve tomorrow and get rid of him. Now everyone will leave and start calling police. Can you imagine, Max? Someone will get into the room, just grab me, and that's it.
Roman's
But
getting thrown in the back of the white van.
But you know what's funny about this, Max, is that I mean it's even not funny in my opinion. Is that in my opinion, man, if reselling business is basically based on trying to what do you think, Max? I mean, if you're trying to find like the cheapest item that you can resell and still make decent profit, I mean, if the person at the garage sale, I will agree with you on certain things, Max, in terms of like if the person has a set price at the garage sale of like specific products that you already sold before, like say for $100, and someone at the garage sale has it priced on a table for like 10. Um, it depends. Also, like I cannot guarantee you, Max, that I will not haggle.
That's
I'm
not
like
me. I'm
one of
just buying
those,
it.
man. I'm one of those. Like you can call me like bad or not, but I will try to say, can you do like 8?
That's that's even worse than 5. Like
That's even
5
worse,
makes
yeah.
sense, but 8 is like that's oh.
You cannot even say, can you do 8 anymore, man? Like, or if you can do like 7 or something. But I mean,
Would you do $6.37? Like
but I can tell you, man, like a lot of the times, a lot of garage sales, like if there are people gonna be like, I mean, knowledgeable and have like either like prices printed out from eBay or Amazon, or like they already researched it and know specifically how much this particular product sells on Amazon or eBay, you will not be able to even negotiate with those types of people at the garage sale because they will not sell it to you cheaper. I mean, it's a
you'd be
possibility if you buy
surprised.
more stuff. If you buy like bunch of stuff, if you're gonna buy like 20 things from their table, there is a chance you're gonna get
There
certain amount of discount.
there's
But
a strategy to buying from them, and the strategy is show up at the end of the day, because that will tell you that they haven't sold anything and they've wasted their entire day. And then you can go in and you can spit whatever you want. You just come in and say, okay, that's the price. What's your price? All right, cool. This price that you showed me here is based on you paying this fee, that fee, that fee, this work, that work, that work. Where can we find a happy medium? Because they've already done your work for you. They've already shown you the comps. You don't even have to do the comps. I love that stuff. Go ahead, do the work for me. And it doesn't, you're already there, so might as well, spend the time to negotiate with them anyway. All it's going to do is make you a better negotiator. Even if you don't get the item, you get some education out of it on how to be a better negotiator.
And I'm pretty sure, Max, you've seen this kind of stuff happening at auctions because with storage units, it's completely different, in my opinion. When people come over and just buy storage units, and you've been an auctioneer and you've seen how people bid, right, from like at live auctions. So, like,
Yeah.
I mean, there are going to be people bidding on stuff. Max, did you ever know, like, what was in the storage units before the auction? or they never told you like before?
No, in Ohio, it's illegal to know what's in the storage unit before it sells. Um, I can look at a storage unit and tell you the story on why it's being auctioned. I've done enough of them. I've been around enough of them, and there's a rhyme or reason. You know, the show is made up. Storage Wars, it's completely made up. I know Dan. I know his wife. I know them. I know Walt Cade from Texas Storage Auctions. I know all of them because I'm, being an auctioneer that traveled around the country, I've met them all, and you get to know them all, and so on. And in doing them, you see the same thing over and over, and you ask the storage locker company because you're in contact with the manager there, and you say, "Hey, what happened to this one? Why did it go to auction?" And they'll tell you straight up because they know. They're like, the person died, the person got put in jail, the person just gave up on it, that kind of thing. So you get this. You can look at something and tell if it's been rummaged through or if it's been sitting there since the 80s. There's a different look to it at all. So there are storage lockers that are staged, especially in Ohio, that you can tell that somebody has here. Here's the trick. So in Ohio, if the storage locker sells for more than what you owe on it, so say you go in, you rack up a bill of $1,000 and you don't pay it. You owe $1,000 to the storage company. If they sell it and the locker goes for more than $1,000, say it sells for $2,500, they have to send you $1,500 in the mail. They can only recoup the $1,000 that they were owed. They can't make any money off of it. So there have what I think there have been examples of people knowing that law and going in and staging a unit without the intent at all to pay for it. They just go in the first month because you can buy 1 month, get 1 month free. And you go in and you shove a whole bunch of stuff in it, like refrigerator, stove, and then all these boxes that look very nice and neat that say vintage toys, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Nintendo games. You could put all these boxes to say all that stuff in it, and they have junk in them. And you can stack them all nice and neat, and then you can go and take a leaf blower and blow some dust in there and make it look like it's been there for a while. And then suddenly the bid goes up to $2,000 and you only owe $200. So what's the storage locker have to do? They have to pay you back $1,800. I'm not saying that's happening a lot, but I think I've seen it enough to know that it's happening.
Wow, that's actually interesting. Yeah, if I would, like I said, in Ohio, I think Max is different in each state in terms of laws.
Yes, every state has different laws governing not only auctions, but storage auctions and storage liens.
And in Ohio, guys, also, if you want to do whatnot, by the way, and Max probably knows that too, is that you need to have what is it called, auctioneer license or like
you don't. You don't.
Some kind of license.
Not until you reach $10,000 in a year.
Oh, really? So it's before 10,000, you don't need to have this license, right?
Yeah, you don't have to look into anything. And they're looking at like making ways around it. eBay is exempt because eBay, you would have to do strictly auctions on eBay and reach $10,000, the $10,000 threshold. Whatnot's a little bit different. I think they just recently, they revised it last year. Ohio Revised Code 4707. I have to do continuing education for this crap to keep a license.
So next week, guys, we're gonna do a live where Max will talk to us for about 5 hours, and we have to pay him to teach us about what kind of license you need.
Yeah,
sell on eBay and whatnot.
It's stupid. It's so stupid.
Like auctioneer license and how to go to university, guys, and study to get your license.
So you have to go to a school. You have to go to a 2-week school to get your license.
Yeah. Mike Despal Picker actually has a lot of licenses, man. So he actually has a couple of auctioneer licenses from state of Ohio.
Oh wow. Okay.
Not from state of Georgia, just in case. So he doesn't.
Is he here? Is he here in Ohio?
Oh no, man. I was
going to say I didn't think so.
Mike is you met Mike at the reseller rally, right? He was there. He was throwing people off the boat all the time.
Oh, that
Among
guy.
the 200 people that were
He was
there.
finding people without an auction license and throwing them off the boat. So because they were illegal.
I saw his sticker all over Kevin's freaking trailer, but yeah, I didn't. I don't know that I met him.
Mike is a funny guy. Yeah, if you next time you're gonna be at some kind of highway sale, Mike is always there recording on GoPro. So you can say hello. You can say hello to him. He will record you and charge you $100 per footage.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
just to be aware, man, because Mike is a rich guy. He doesn't take crap. So just be aware of that. James was saying, when I owned a store, an older woman came in with about 20 comic books and asked for $10. I looked through them and told her I couldn't do that and handled her $100. One was a $300 book. See, there you go, Max. Another great example of a very
He gets it. He gets it. He's not an asshole, Roman.
like me, exactly. Yes. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm an asshole reseller. So I'm probably not gonna ever change because if I would have James, I'm sorry, man. I think it's actually I'm always in between, and I said it on the last live that if for some reason if I go to garage sale and there's gonna be really good stuff at the sale and it's gonna be like an older couple doing it, I just give them more money all the time for stuff. Like even if it's priced, say like something is they some of it they don't even know what it's supposed to be priced at. Like they will put up
Right.
some cameras, some like camcorders, and I know that they will probably sell for maybe around from $50 to $100. So and they just tell me like couple bucks, and I would always give them like more. Like I'll sometimes give them even $10, But for older people, I don't know why, but it is what it is, guys. It's
Right.
kind of my mentality in this situation because they're not knowledgeable in terms of the stuff they have, how much it's worth, because they don't usually go, in my opinion, and research it like our generation does. New generation guys, especially mine, who are in their mid 40s, who are old,
Amen.
who are old people now, guys, old people are over 40, over 40
And I
people.
tell you, like I got that the paying over for something. I actually took it from of all people, Rick from Pawn Stars, because one of the early on episodes, he had a woman come in with a Fabergé egg or a Fabergé brooch, not an egg, Fabergé
The
brooch,
spider.
and yeah, she this the episode,
Oh,
and she had
yeah.
no
That's
idea
really
what she had, and like immediately upon seeing it, I was like, holy crap. Like she has no idea, and she asked for like $1,000, and he was like, "No, I'm going to give you 10,000." And you can see the difference between how Rick negotiates and how Corey negotiates, and it always drove me nuts with how Corey would be like, "Yep, I'm about to make $10,000 off this mofo, and I'm going to freaking get another 500 out of him when I freaking talk him down from 1,000 to 500." And that's the way he always did it. But Rick wasn't like that. Rick would be like, "Oh, you want 1,000? I'm going to make 10,000. I'll give you 3." He was just more fair with it.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. And what's another good example of this particular situation in terms of how much you're supposed to pay for something? I always kind of think about Goodwill bins because like you go to the bins, you're finding really good stuff. Like it doesn't matter where the bins are. It may be different for different states, different cities, what type of merchandise they get. But like you would not, if you're finding something that you're paying by the pound, you're not gonna go to the checkout and say, "Sorry, guys, I just checked comps, and this particular product sells for $100. Let me give you $50 for it because I feel bad that Goodwill is not making enough money anymore from all the free stuff they get. So it's kind of a situation where it is for each own. Like in my opinion, each reseller is entitled to their own opinion about the situation. We cannot specifically teach anyone and tell
Oh
them
yeah,
what
you're entitled to your own wrong opinion. I'll say that all the time.
exactly. And I'm always entitled to the wrong opinion, guys, about it. So that's the
I say
thing. I
that to
mean,
all the men.
that's the thing, guys. And
Heyo.
you see, Max, but Max, what would be it's not going to be interesting type of situation for YouTube if you're going to be a cheap reseller who tries to get stuff cheap and not pay up for it. And there is going to be another side of content creators which will create roasting videos about those resellers,
Right?
to bash them, cursed them, and that they're
Right.
so cheap. They're stealing from people. Those thieves. Those they have to be in jail.
Imagine if Dustin's titles were, I absolutely beat this person down on their price, even though I was about to make 1,000% profit. Like how those
Yeah,
titles would go over on YouTube.
and that's the thing. And another point, of course, like that's being brought up sometimes in those roasting videos. Yes, I understand he was bringing out a point about he makes money on YouTube or someone else makes money on YouTube, that they're making enough money on YouTube from all the, you know, people watching, you know, and stuff like that, subscribers. And they're so cheap, they already know they're making money on YouTube. So they have to be cheap, you know, and not pay up for the stuff they find that sells for more money. It doesn't make sense, man. It's like business. I mean, any type of business, you're making money is there, you're making money here, you're trying to support yourself, your family, you're trying to kind of, you know, afford stuff. And I mean, in my opinion, like it's not wrong. I mean, if the person tells you their price and you pay him that price, I don't think it's a wrong thing that you. I mean, you're not supposed to give them more
No, no.
money. I mean,
By all means, no. I'm not saying you're supposed to give them more. It's that's an ethical and moral thing that you debate within your own head. But to me, it's also an ethical and moral thing if, like, you have sold this thing 10 times before, it sells in days for $100 and they're asking 10, and you're like, would you like to take an $8 bill for it? It's like, come on.
yeah. What would you?
And
What
they're
would?
asking 10, like,
What would you do? What would you do, Max, if you did a garage sale and some kind of reseller came over to your garage sale and you had like a product priced at $10 and the reseller will tell you, "Can you do 7?" What would you do?
no. I tell them no all the time. I have 2 yard sales a year, and my price is my price. I'm a professional negotiator. I will not give them a lower price. Now it might be like, if they get a bunch of stuff, I might round $1 or two off, but my prices are my prices are my price when it comes, because the yard sale is the last ditch. The next thing, we're going to Goodwill, baby. It's that's it. So if they're at a yard sale, and everything that I have at my yard sales is usually $20 and below, but it looks good. Like all my stuff at yard sales, it looks like super good because I picked it. So it fooled me enough, so I know that it's good enough that it's going to fool other resellers, or not fool them, but it may be different. What do you have a minimum dollar that you list things at?
No, man, that's the thing. I mean, a lot of resellers do that. The way I'm doing it is that I price stuff much higher, and then I will do a sale because, like, that's the thing. The thing is, sometimes because I have best offers turned on, so I know there's gonna be
Yeah.
the people coming in, buyers with lowball offers consistently. So you kind of working in a way where you price it higher than market value, and then you see what kind of offers you're getting, and then eventually if you buying stuff really cheap, Max, and you probably agree, I mean, you can wait until the item sells or product. I mean, if you're paying like say $5 for something that sells for around $50, will you want to wait a little bit, or just try to rush it and try to get rid of it as fast as possible, or you
I
want
want
to?
to sell it tomorrow.
So
I,
that
I that's how I look at things. It doesn't matter what it is. I want to sell it tomorrow, and I'll do whatever it takes to make sure that it sells tomorrow. So if it sells for 50, I wouldn't price it at 60. I would price it at 50, and I let offers on, and I'll let people send me offers for 25. I don't care. I'll let them send me an offer for $1, and I'll hit them back because I do offers of, I routinely, once I get, something pops up on my offer screen, I'll send them offers out at 8% off. And I get a lot of traction there. So we sell a lot of stuff at offer, and I don't care. I got it so cheap that I'm making money. You
exactly.
can wait. I will let you wait, but I'm not going to be the one to wait. I'm going to be the one to sell mine today and take my $37 profit versus your $45 profit.
Exactly. See,
Okay, I'm moving along. So
That's
that's why
the
we're
right
turning
way to
volume.
do it, guys. That's the right way to do it, by the way. Max, you are correct. Especially if you're buying a lot of inventory, guys, and you want to
Oh,
get rid of
God.
it as soon as possible and still make money, and you're not getting too much invested in that inventory, yes, move it and buy new inventory. So that's our proper way of doing it. Do not
Right.
hold down to your inventory because it's not something like you're hoarding stuff, and
I feel
try.
attacked there. I feel really attacked. Highly.
Let's say, what you laughing about down there, lady?
Yeah, there you go. Do not laugh at us. Come on. We're kind of
I
trying
feel like
to
I
move
need to leave
along.
the show and just start listing. Y'all are just, yeah.
Max, you ever done, did you do whatnot yet?
I did one whatnot and I got absolutely destroyed. Thank God Caleb came in from Two Old Guys podcast. He came in and he bought some stuff and made it worth even going on. But it's one of those things where you don't want to put your best stuff out there because you can sell it on eBay, and I'm doing really well. I don't need to move the inventory that much. I want to get on whatnot and start selling more, but I don't see the benefit. Like Dave gets on there and sells for 8 hours, and he's like, "Yep, made $1,400 in 8 hours." And I'm like, "That's not enough. That's not enough because you got cost associated with that. You have all your time associated, and you have all of your cost of goods sold associated with that as well. You're coming home at the end of the day with $500 for 8 hours. Yes, that sounds good. I make more than that as at the college. I could just go teach an extra class at the college and make up that kind of money. So yeah, it's not. I don't know. It would be different if my model revolved around that, but my model revolves around eBay and how well it's doing.
Yeah, that's true, actually. And you do that. How many times a week do you do classes? Like, do you do it like every
I
day,
just do twice a week. No,
twice a
I'm just
week?
part time. Yeah.
And the rest of the time, you mostly do reselling on YouTube, right?
No, I sleep. I
And
do a
sleep.
lot of that. Yeah. Yeah.
Sleep, but don't drink. Not
Yeah.
drinking and sleeping, guys. That's what I usually do. I sleep all the time. Then I wake up and do live. See, guys, that's what happens. After the live, I'm gonna go to sleep and wake up next Saturday.
Just in time for another one. Heck yeah.
Just in time for a new live. Let me say hello to Marie Perlet and Justin. Guys, appreciate you stopping by. Guys, once again, if you're just coming in, we got Max, first talking flipper in the house today. And I really appreciate everyone stop by today. It really means a lot to our life and channel. Mike does Paul Picker saying, I understand some of the purpose behind hating Steve's hatred for low ballers, but he doesn't just address that. He crosses a line by verbally abusing people. That's actually true. I agree with that. That's true because, like, if you do roasting, it's one thing, but when you start calling people like cursed people and calling names, man, it's not. Man, if he makes like if he continues to make those types of videos about resellers, there's gonna be someone who not gonna like it and make a video about him. I know that it is of course possible, and he will probably make another video about that person. And then you're gonna come back about him again. So it's gonna be back and forth because there's gonna be content type of situation, and until YouTube will remove certain videos, that's basically the only thing you can do. But this particular thing, I spoke about it before. He's not gonna be the last one to do it. There's gonna be more, most likely, coming up because people see the content that he puts out, and there's gonna be content creators that probably will follow up and try to do their own videos about resellers. So you're not going to be able to kind of, stop this kind of thing. Max, do you think what do you think? Is it reasonable in terms of content creators who try to do those types of roasting videos about not just reselling, but about other things in terms of YouTube world? I mean, that's always going to be like that. I don't think it's going to stop.
Yeah. It's one of those things where the content creator has control of the audience. Just like you go to a comedy show and you're never going to heckle the comedian into winning. Like you're never going to win because the comedian has control of the audience. The same thing with the content creator here, where if he's creating the content, he's going to control what the audience thinks about it pretty much because the audience is tuning in for him. They're not tuning in for whoever is getting roasted. Um, that's the number one thing that's always looked down. And I did it as an auctioneer when I first started out, and realized that there's this whole like seedy underbelly that does reselling, that kind of thing. Like that's your job. Like you just buy and resell. Like you're just preying on people. You're trying to get stuff cheap. And that's how I looked at it. So I get it. And it took me a while because like, even when I met John and he would come to my auctions and he was buying from me, I looked at him in a negative manner because I was like, you were just doing this. You're preying on things like, because in the auction world we have what's called a floor. We call it the reselling floor, and that's what you expect to get from resellers. Like if I hold something up that's worth $100, I can expect that it's going to get $20 from resellers. That's my floor. That's the base of things that I can go off of. If I find someone that's going to take it home and they're going to use it themselves, the floor goes up because now I've found the consumer. I've gotten away from the reseller and I've got to who the reseller is going to sell to, and I've got the consumer. So I looked at resellers as negative, and that's what he is doing, is that he doesn't see the other side of things. He hasn't come alive to the other side of things and realized that there are just things out there that you can buy to resell, whether it be yard sales or thrift stores or retail arbitrage or whatever. You can just bring them to market by adding the value adder of convenience. And that's the key thing, is adding something to it. We don't just take something and convert it from yard sale to yard sale and make money on it. We take it from yard sale and add it to the open market, where now someone sitting in their lounge chair in Seattle in their underwear can buy this thing conveniently. And now it's worth more to them because it wasn't worth flying to Cleveland and buying it at a yard sale, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Hopefully, they're actually sitting in an underwear with an underwear on. Or hopefully,
not
man.
not just holding the underwear like woo.
Nowadays, man, you never know if they're sitting wearing underwear or not
On their head.
during the Zoom call.
Remember the movie Weird Science where they wore the bras on their head?
Yeah, man, that was funny actually. That brings back a lot of memories. That's one thing.
There goes my camera.
Guys, yeah, Max told me the camera will actually die because he said that's one of those cameras that doesn't hold charge for too long, like mine, which is connected directly to a computer. So
Mine's
Max,
connected directly to the computer too, which is crazy.
yeah, and still the camera dies, even though mine didn't die yet. But Max, it's okay, man. We still hear you, man. We still can hear you, so you can just in case, man, if people don't see you, they can go check out your YouTube channel and see what you look like.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Man, it's always a good thing. So you're gonna get more subscribers, man. Don't forget, Max. Subscribers and followers, man. It's most important than reselling.
Right.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. Yeah, so. Max, are you actually a full-time reseller or full-time YouTuber? Tell the truth to everyone.
Neither. Really, neither, because we do we do reselling very part-time. It's not something that we put a lot of hours into. In a week, I might put myself like 15 to 20 hours into it, and Angie will do the same between YouTube and reselling as well. So between the two of us, we do a full-time shift, because don't get it twisted. Like these people that are like, yeah, we do 6 figures on eBay and we do it part-time. Yeah. Okay, buddy. Like that's just because you have one full-time job and you come into a second full-time job. Like I ain't playing that. But we don't really have, we don't do this full-time at all. And YouTube is very, very part-time.
Yeah, and the thing is, yeah, that's the thing. And Max knows it is a difficult task to do YouTube consistently also, and it makes certain amount of money on YouTube, right, Max? It's not an easy thing to do. I mean, eventually, possibly, there is a possibility nowadays that one of those channels, with all the hard work that you're putting into your YouTube channel, especially if you have one or 2 or 3 sometimes. I mean, if you're gonna keep putting out so much content and live on the YouTube.
Oh, there's our
there's Roman.
He's up, yeah.
Roman doing Roman things.
Yeah,
Roman
my
doing
internet
Roman
was down.
things.
So guys,
That's a lot.
we started to have technical
That's a
we
lot.
started to have technical difficulties. So next video that you're gonna see on Hacking Steve channel, guys, is me losing internet, and then he gonna curse he gonna curse at me and say, "This idiot constantly losing internet and talks to people and he doesn't know what he's talking about." See, guys, there you go, and he probably
Well,
gonna
that's
put
the
that phrase in
pothole
his
to
video and start cursing also. We're not gonna curse right now, right, Max? Because we can do that. Keith is saying, I agree, Mike. Some of his points might be valid, but he ruins any legitimate points that he makes by belittling people and his profane commentary. That's correct, Keith. That's the thing. If you gonna be profane and curse it, doesn't matter if those are resellers or just people, because resellers are people. We're not like artificial intelligence robots that go around. Everyone is a person and human being. I mean, I understand he does it for content because, unfortunately, profanity, in my opinion, brings a lot of people in to watch and comment, and that's unfortunate because, I mean, that's a thing nowadays, especially in certain categories wherever it's not just reselling. So that kind of stuff is acceptable, I guess, by YouTube, as you guys understand. Because if that was not acceptable by YouTube, then those videos would have been taken down. But since it is acceptable by YouTube, then there are gonna be more. I can tell you right now, guys, there are gonna be more coming. Nobody's gonna stop them. So
I'll be honest. The profanity thing, I don't care. I cuss when I teach, and I mean, I drop the F-bomb. I do everything because I'm an automotive teacher. I'm a mechanic. I've done that for years, and it lands on the kids, and it makes me bond with the children. Well, children. I've got like a 33-year-old guy in my class. It hits better. It's one of those things. Do you watch Gary Vee at all?
Yeah, he's actually from Belarus, man. He's Russian.
Yeah,
He's originally, guys, Gary Vee actually
yeah.
originally.
Well, what happened to you then, man? Look what he did.
Man, he's a very talented person. In my opinion, very talented. And I'm not that talented, man. I got other talents, but not like Gary Vee, most likely.
I've seen the videos. Yeah.
Yeah, man. My kind of talents, there are a lot of different ones, but not like Gary. Not like Gary. And he is actually from Belarus, guys. Another school for you guys where Belarus is located. Let's put in the comments, guys. I know most of you are knowledgeable in former parts of Soviet Union, but that's where Gary Vee originally is from Belarus, which is located near Ukraine, guys, and near Russian Federation. And actually, Belarus right now is a big supporter of Russian Federation because they want to be part of Russian Federation. They want to come back and become part of Russia now. So Belarus is a big supporter of Putin, and they're against everyone else. So there you go, guys. Just a small lesson for you about Belarus, where Gary Vee is from. But there are a lot of people, immigrants, who are from Belarus, and I have a lot of friends in Cleveland from Belarus. So that's actually a lot of talented, like Gary Vee, guys. So, but yeah,
some of his shows and about why he curses and why he feels like it's not that big of a deal. I support that mantra, how he's in with that.
And Richard is actually saying the very funny thing. Roman, you don't find $1,000 items at Goodwill. You have to go to garage sales. See, there you go, guys. Richard actually has knowledge about finding $1,000 items at garage sales, which is actually true, guys. If you follow
he just sold that defibrillator that he paid $20.
Say that again.
Yeah, I know. Stop.
Some kind of defibrillator. Yeah, it's a hard word.
He just sold it for $957. He picked it up for $20 in Florida. So that's where that jab about $1,000.
So let's hear it, because that's something that like people want to hear about. Like, what's your guys' highest ever sale?
In the chat, or all of us, me and Lisa.
Period. You guys. I mean, I'm sure they'll comment as well, but
yeah, guys, put it in the chat if you remember what was the highest type of.
Everybody remembers.
Product,
oh yeah,
like
you remember your first.
Money,
you remember your biggest.
Man, I don't. I have to It's gonna be difficult for me to even remember this kind of stuff. I think it was somewhere maybe around 2000, but
Yeah.
1800.
Computer stuff.
Yeah, because I sold even more. Sorry, guys. Now, since Max mentioned computers,
See,
Max
bringing
mentioned,
up the old girlfriend. That's what we're
man,
doing.
actually, yeah, I sold Apple MacBooks for more. I sold a couple for almost 4,500. So I remember
Yeah,
back in the day, man, when PayPal was around, that
yeah.
was the case. I used to
Back in
sell.
WII. Yep, yep.
Man, a lot of scams. I remember those scams. Max, you probably remember those
Oh
PayPal
yeah,
scams with those
yeah,
higher amounts when someone will steal someone else's real account and they will steal it and pay you. It doesn't matter how much the product was, like it may be 3,000, 4,000. They
yep,
will pay you and then you will ship it. And then that real person who actually got scammed, they will open a chargeback on
yep.
PayPal and you already shipped it, and basically the only way for you to get it back if you call FedEx or UPS or USPS
And
because most
stopped it. Yep.
and stopped it from being delivered. You have to redirect the package back if you had time. But if they got it, guys, that would be unless it was a signature required usually, which basically most of that stuff was, and it was confirmed address back in the day. If you guys remember, there used to be a PayPal used to have confirmed addresses and unconfirmed. So you could not. It would be very bad if you would have shipped something to an unconfirmed address.
Yeah.
You would
I
not be.
was reading Paul's comment.
Yeah, you would
Yeah,
not.
yeah, I know.
Actually, James is saying if I know without a doubt that I can sell something for 100 and someone wanted 80 for it, I would do it 20 is a 20. See, there's gonna be a lot of opinions, guys. James, in terms of that particular situation, that's up to you, man. And props to you. I cannot say anything that it is wrong or right. I mean, it's like I said, up to each person specifically how they wanna
Yeah,
do it, and it's
that's
props to
that's a
you.
narrow margin. I don't think I would operate on that.
And Mike is saying $15 fees doesn't affect your decision. Well, Mike, there you go, man. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I mean, it's up to each person. If they want to do it this
Yeah.
way, you cannot do nothing about it, guys. That's each person's opinion. I'm willing to take a profit wherever I can get. There you go. So I know I can sell
I
for
just recently bought, I think it was $450 worth. Well, not worth, but I paid $450 for some tools, and they'll sell quickly, and I'll sell them for $900 before fees and before shipping. So there's not a ton of profit margin there, but I know that within 2-3 weeks I'm going to get all my money back and I'm going to be made whole again. So it's like I'll do that all day, every day. There is not, Gary V would tell you to do that. If you can turn your money into 10% more in a month, there is not an investor out there that would not take $10,000 and turn it into $11,000 in a month. There's not one that would not do that. And if you can do that in this world, in this reselling realm, do it. By all means, do it. But make sure that you can 100% do it. Tools are a category that you can do that in. Clothes, no. Shoes, no. Don't do it there. But tools are a category you can do that in. Video games, you're starting to get into weird stuff.
yeah,
But
that's
tools,
right.
100% you can do that.
I'll
Yeah,
agree with that.
and that's the thing. Yeah, about different categories. And James mentioned it. If he doesn't sell it through eBay, where all the fees are, or any platform with fees, he just does direct sale, maybe like Facebook Marketplace, local pickup for cash. Yeah, why not? If you have this kind of business strategy where you're paying like $80 for the product that sells for 100, and then you're gonna get paid with cash, $20 during like
Yeah.
Facebook
Uncle Joe
Marketplace.
doesn't have to know.
Yeah, exactly. See, there you go, guys. There are different business models. Let me say hello to Lori, Happy Picker, and Kyle. Grumpy Picker was likely also watching. Thanks for stopping by, guys. We got Anthony, Dragon Masters finds in the house. Anthony, welcome. And also, guys, by the way, there's gonna be Planes to Profit convention end of this month. There are maybe some tickets left if you still wanna still attend. Hopefully, Lori, if you're still here, let us know if there are any tickets left. If someone is interested, they can purchase the ticket and attend the convention. Should be fun, guys. In
They need
Nebraska,
more people on that stripper pole on the
there's
bus.
a lot of stripper poles over there, guys. So fortunately, I wanted to go, but I can't go right now because I wanted to drive there, but just cannot do it. So I
That's
cannot.
far.
I cannot attend, guys. I usually like Richard at Nidra Flips, guys. I like to drive, so I was considering of driving. Then I remembered how long it's gonna take to
It's like a
drive.
12-hour drive for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna be 12 hours, and I'm not gonna go through Chicago because of traffic.
Oof. Yeah,
So
Chicago is a
I
Corey
have to
says there's
bypass.
7 left. There's 7 tickets left.
Yeah, guys. So 7 tickets left. If someone in the chat is interested to attend the convention, guys, there are still 7 tickets left.
yeah.
And
I heard that they're giving Corey feet pics out with every ticket that's sold.
there's gonna be a lot of feed pics
Yeah,
over
put
there,
it on
guys.
Corey, because right now I'm being pimped. My piggies are being pimped in the chat.
Yes, feed
My
pics are very
piggies.
important. There's
They're
gonna
pimping
be
my feet, man.
the only
Do
guys,
you do their hair up like you do your hair up top? The piggy's hair?
It's only 9:28 on the East Coast.
on the Eastern
everybody.
on the Eastern time.
I am not going OnlyFans.
I was trying to see if Lisa will try to kind of counter attack Max on that side.
She went into radio announcer. It's only 9:28 on the East Coast.
Yeah, see, Mike is saying some of us are not overpaying for merchandise, so our cost of goods make it easier to make big profit on a $1,400 show. See, there you go, guys. If you need to make some money, guys.
If you need to make an extra $5 on a freaking $1,400 sale, there's something wrong with you, tubby tubs.
There you go, guys. We're not gonna go to Planes to Profit, unfortunately. I mean, there is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a lot of fun because of like how it's planned out. It's great planning in terms of everyone who kind of it's one of those things, guys. It's not an easy thing to put out a meetup like that, and I know how much time it takes to prep everything. And props to you guys, Lori, Kyle, Alicia, Connor, and Corey and Teresa, and hasta la vista. Guys, I know that I kind of feel bad that I cannot go because I would have driven there, but I know I would be dead. By the time if I drove there 12 hours, I would have left earlier, had to shut down my eBay store. And, I would have came there dead, probably sleep for entire day, not go anywhere. So I was kind of, man, it's not, but hopefully another meetup I will go, guess, next one somewhere. I may attend.
Roman, you did get a super chat tonight.
Guys, sorry, guys, I'm way behind again. Say hello to Philly Flipper Paul. Привет, братан. Max, do you know what привет, братан means? It basically means hi, brother in Russian.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought it meant my wiener is bigger than yours in Russian.
Exactly. Also the same thing, man. The winners comparison usually kind of one of those things that nobody can tell for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can look at Paul and know that he has a small wiener.
One of those scientific facts, guys, that you cannot compare winners. Only women can, unfortunately, guys. So there you go. We're not gonna go deeper into that because the size
That's what she said.
that much. That's what she said. There is a performance that matters, guys, not the size. See, that's a lot of men are very kind of upset about sizes, guys. But actually, for women, it doesn't matter. So just a secret for you guys. See, there you go.
Here, right?
Guys, you heard it here first. For the woman that doesn't, the size because of the size of the. I'm not gonna go into it much, guys, because everyone will unsubscribe again. So we got.
And they'll get him talking about feet again. If you.
We're gonna talk about feet sizes. That also matter. Larry way out in the house. Larry, welcome. Paul, Paul Philly Flipper in the house. I mentioned, and who else I missed, guys? Was my being slow all the time. I'm always slow, guys. I'm really sorry about that. We got Matt, bearded PokeTuber in the house. East of
PokeTuber.
Friends. See, Bobby knows about Belarus. And Richard sent us $2 super chat. Richard, appreciate it, man. I will say спасибо in Russian. Max, we have to start learning Russian with everyone, man. It's kind of upsetting people because
Yeah,
Paul Flippers knows Russian. I know Russian, and we speak Russian with each other, and everyone thinks that we speak about them, and that's
you
why.
do. I know
And,
you do.
and
Don't lie.
it upsets us, man. And like Paul, that's why Paul doesn't like speaking Russian in his videos. I always try to tell him start making videos where you speak only Russian, but he's like leaning towards speaking English all the time. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, I didn't do a video in Russian yet, guys. Most likely I will do. We'll see if I'll be able to do it. Maybe one person will watch it. maybe Max and Lisa will watch it. But Richard, appreciate it very much. See, he says Romain, keep tracking, brother. See, there is a lot of misspelling there, but Richard, appreciate it. Even for me, man, $2 it means a lot, man, because now finally I can go to a strip club later on today.
Them Cleveland strippers, man, oh man.
Guys, don't come to Cleveland strip club, guys. I'm telling you, you're not gonna find. They look at the sizes. So if you have small size, you're not gonna get any lap dance.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
I once
size
paid
is
a stripper $5 to get off the stage.
See, there you go. Or you have to pay more money to get off the stage, guys. So let's see. So Max, like, what would you say, like, for you, like in terms of products that you have been selling throughout the time? What would you say is the fastest selling product for you, like for your store? What type
Uh,
of?
pop culture, like um, pop culture, consumables, anything electronics, because that's also almost a consumable nowadays. When you think about it, like how long does a TV last anymore? They don't last very long, right? So that's almost a consumable in that, people need to replace it. I look at anything that's replaceable, when I'm out, like air filters. I love going to estate sales and going to the basement and looking at like the heater air filters or the light bulbs or the soaps or stuff that is just constantly replaceable because that stuff is it's going to sell quick. And then pop culture, like I tore apart a Star Wars Imperial shuttle the other day because it was beat to hell and back, and I tore it apart for parts, and it was a $5 toy, and I've already sold like $150 worth of parts out of it, and I still got probably another 150 left to sell, and it that was like a week ago. So that's kind of what I'm seeing is pop culture is selling quick. Video games are still solid. When you have a couple hundred in your inventory, then you're going to sell a couple every day. Um, and then the consumables are definitely something that sells well for us as well.
Yeah, see, that's the thing about it, man. That's like I think it's different for each person business model because if you think about sellers who are niche down to specific products, I mean, they just have those products in their store and sell them just those products. So you cannot basically kind of compare to anything else because they do, I mean, sell same thing. But
Right.
in my
Tools. Don't forget tools. Tools. Golly, they sell so fast I forget about them. Like literally, they sell so fast I'll forget about them because I'll list something tonight and I'll make sure that I am within a dollar or two of the lowest price thing, and I'm talking like $200. I'm not talking a $20 tool. Like a $200 tool, and you're at $199. Everybody else is at $201. That's not a big deal, and it'll sell tomorrow. That's just the way tools are because tools you wear them out, you break them. People want new ones, so tools are definitely a category that people should be looking more into.
the tools for sure, man. That's actually true. Power tools. When you go to garage sales, guys, don't forget a lot of resellers are asking about video games, but not a lot are asking about tools. So just ask
Right?
about tools. Yeah, that's actually I've done it actually. Last year during garage sale season, I actually was asking about tools. Like
I
not
my
only
new my my new my new ask is band shirts.
That's true, actually. People don't, like I said, that there is a lot of, as you know, guys, resellers who go specifically for something that has amazing sell-through rate, which are video games and video game consoles and controllers and anything associated. And recently, of course, cameras, camcorders, and vinyls. But
Yeah.
power tools and bench shirts for sure, and golf, and not in Cleveland. I mean, golf equipment, golf clubs in Cleveland, man, that's a rare situation that you're gonna run into. You will run into it. I ran into it last year at garage sales, like decent golf clubs, but people actually were pricing them up like really high. Like you would see some sets over like $200. Some people at the garage sale would put them up over $200, like Ping or TaylorMade or like some other known brands, like that are kind of have decent sell-through rate, decent models, and they will be priced up at garage sales. And that's
Yeah.
basically one of the things that people do price up. And the video games usually are in my. What do you think, Max? Do you usually, when you go to garage sales, do you find a lot of video game stuff?
Um, we do okay. Like we sell. It used to be that we sold about 30% of our inventory was video games. Like 30% of all of our sales was video games. We're probably down closer to 18 to 20% on the video games because I don't focus on them so much. That's just a saturated, super saturated market, and you have to pay so much for it that it doesn't hit our target of what we want to pay for something versus how much we're going to sell it for. Because somebody was like, I'll pay $80 for something that sells for 100. Well, a lot of those video game guys will pay 60% when it sells for 100, and I'm not going to do that. Like, I'll go in and throw an offer of 10%, 20%, something like that, just to get it. But I'm not gonna do the 60% thing because I don't focus on that kind of volume. So yeah, video games do pretty well for us, here.
Yeah, sell-through rate is, of course, that's a reason because I mean that's basically most resellers know it. I mean, those types of products with a good sell-through rate, and like I said, that people complain a lot of slow, like some sellers who are in specific categories that sell stuff that is slow movers or long tail items, and I'm one of them. And basically, in my opinion, if you're finding good stuff, vintage band shirts, jackets, in terms of clothing, jerseys, camcorders, cameras, electronics, VCRs, DVD, VCR, combos, games, and tools, like Max was saying. And also, there are some other stuff, of course, but it's always going to be like that. In my opinion, Max, is that people still going to buy stuff that they kind of want and need in terms of buying it now for that amount because of market, and stuff that is very slow movers that was actually long tail items before, they still going to be long tail items. It doesn't matter what kind of economy there is. I mean, there is a possibility that someone will go ahead and buy something that is long tail. In my opinion, collectible stuff, glass, like plates. Certain glass, of course, is faster. It depends what type of glass. But like a lot of those types of breakables, figurines, certain figurines, that will take some time to sell. Books, unless it's specific textbooks or Bibles. Guys, I actually sold two Bibles in a row.
Yeah. Bibles and flags. Those are two things that will sell pretty quick.
Max, what's your return like in terms of monthly? How many returns do you get per month from your eBay selling?
Under 2%.
Like me, yeah. See, there you
Yeah,
go.
we're top rated plus, so we offer free returns, and we've offered free returns since October of last year, and we have seen about a 20% uptick in returns. But when you think about it, like a 20% uptick in returns took it from like 1.5% to 1.9%. So it's not that big of a deal in how much we got because we save 10% on those listings. And most of the returns are they're valid. Like today we got one, or we were asked to return something, and we're in the middle of the process of they got a watch, and they said that the second hand didn't work. That's a valid return. Like there's nothing about that. That's not the free return policy. That's a valid return. So we write that off as just a normal cost of doing a business. So we don't do a ton, but I would definitely recommend everybody going out and trying to get top rated plus.
And yeah, that's actually I do free returns, even though lately Do you do a free returns on everything in your store, or some items you do buyer pays returns?
Probably 90, 96, 97% or more. Some stuff like I've got a supercharger kit because I deal with car stuff. I'm not going to return that thing. There's no way because it's like $150 in shipping. So I'm not going to return it. Like some stuff like that, it's just not going to come back. But most things.
Right. Yeah, most things like me too. Like I probably have, I would say over 90% on free returns, and bigger stuff like bigger electronics, I do buyer paid returns because of there are scams, of course, kind of come to mind sometimes with different bigger size electronics, DVD-VCR combos, VCRs. Even though recently I didn't actually buy a lot of them, I bought some. I tried to kind of depends on the models, depends on brands, of course. If they come with a remote control, that also means like if I will get it or not, like certain models. Because I mean, if you don't have a remote for certain like electronics, it's kind of, in my opinion, even though you will still sell it, of course, but it's better to have it come with a remote or have a remote, just to spice
Right.
up the listing so it sells faster and include some more like cables with it. So and I mean that's what I was trying to do recently in terms of those types of things, like either boom boxes or like cassette decks or CD players and stuff like that. And Maya Kayama in the house. Maya, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry guys if I missed anyone. I will get to you before we end this
Hey,
live. I really
Roman, you
appreciate.
got another super chat and a sizable one from Richard.
Yes, Richard, I really appreciate it. Let me get to Richard, guys. Richard is helping us a lot today. I finally can go to strip club after tonight. And Mike is saying,
Hey,
"Hey, Ukrainian
wait until Good Friday. We'll go together.
guys, I'm gonna have to wait for Mac. We're gonna go together in Cleveland. We got some good ones in Cleveland. We got Crazy Horse. That was one of
Oh, wait,
the.
what did you say? Horse
Yeah,
or?
there was one in Cleveland. There
He
was
said whatever you think he said.
Crazy
Well,
Horse.
no, I
Yeah,
know the name of the. I know that we have those strip clubs,
yeah,
but
How
that
do you
was.
know,
I don't know
lady?
what his accent made
Lisa,
it
did you
sound
go
like.
there? Did you get a lap dance?
Yeah.
Mike is saying Ukrainian Kevin weren't here for history of geography. Like, Mike, sorry, man. We're not gonna continue with geography, history. You can talk to Kevin about it. He's more knowledgeable. He actually has a degree in teaching, so he is more knowledgeable about it. Even though ask Kevin about Uzbekistan, we'll see how that's gonna go for him. If he knows actually anything about Tashkent, capital, and ask him about other cities in
Nice.
Uzbekistan. We'll see. How's that gonna work out? He probably gonna ask me. He's not gonna know, even though he may. You never know, guys. Sorry, Kevin, if you're lurking, man. I know that you know about Uzbekistan, man. He is like, I know about this country. What is he talking about? That's it. I'm gonna make a video roasting him about it tomorrow.
Kevin's secretly a Russian mole. That's what it is.
No, he's a nice guy. That's why he was a teacher. That's like being a teacher. You have to be at least nice, in some
Oh
way.
no, I hate my kids.
It's like you hate your kids because like there are some that like hate them, but they're nice in the class. They kind of polite, discuss things and stuff like that. But I like there are some teachers who are nasty, man. I know because when I went to high school, we had some teachers that were cruel, man, really like
Yeah.
strict and stuff. So I remember. Let's go and find Richard super chat right here. We got Richard with a super chat, guys, listening to Roman, and I think I started taking in sick accent. Richard, thanks, man. We'll smoke with Richard later today, guys. I don't know what we're gonna smoke. We got Travis in the house, and we got Vintage Sports Flip. Kiss send us super chat. Got a crash for an early morning of sourcing. Thanks again for having me last week, Roman and Lisa. Thanks, man. Really appreciate you joining us. It was very fun live last week, guys, with Keys. It's very knowledgeable. Please actually subscribe to Keys, guys, and check out their live on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time with Andy. Detroit Lions fans and Philadelphia Eagles fans. Not any Browns fans. We got Travis in the house. Who else I missed? I think Travis, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. Let me just make sure I
Hey, there's
didn't.
Bing again.
And
Yeah,
Ping
she's
is here.
real.
Ping, Max, you made Ping really angry at you. That's it. I'm gonna actually be on the side with Ping. That's not fair, man. You cannot take out certain people from reselling community, man, from your channel and comments, man. That's not fair. That's it, Max. I'm unsubscribing right now already.
Uh,
um, so, like, what do you think in terms of YouTube, Max? Like, how's you? How long you've been doing YouTube already? For how many years?
a little over one.
Well, so you already see past me in subscribers, which is actually not a difficult thing to do. So it's like I think anyone who will start their channel today will surpass me in subscribers in a week. So that's actually not
The trick is, and this is what helped me so much, is number one, cringe titles. Make titles that would you just like. I don't like that title. And number two is picking videos. If you can do those two things, then that will definitely help you take off.
like I'm trying to do a lot of clickbait because I think that clickbait will work. Mike Despal Picker told me if I'm not gonna start doing clickbait, my channel will just grow like his because he's almost at 100,000 subs. So like, see, Mike actually knows what he's doing at least, and he's hanging out with famous YouTubers all the time. So that also helps. Like if you go with like famous YouTubers, he said, and try to go behind them all the time and record them, it helps a lot with your channel right away. He said if I would have told Mike to come to Cleveland and go behind me and record me, I don't think his channel will grow that big, like right now. So Mike, you're doing the right thing, man. You need to go behind only famous YouTubers. You cannot go behind someone with less than 500 subs. So it's a right move, Mike. It's a right business decision.
Well, then you're famous. You've got more than 500 subs.
See, guys, I'm kind of famous, but I'm not. Lisa is more famous than me. So, what do you, Max is gonna come to Cleveland, guys. Hopefully, Max is coming at Easter, and we're gonna go together visit Lisa, guys. So, if anyone is interested, Mike, Despot Picker, if you're still here, just take your car, man, and drive to Cleveland. You don't need to go after Kevin or Dave. Come over, man. Go with smaller channels, man. It's not fair to us as smaller channels that everyone is disregarding us.
There's a lot of really, really good content on some of the smaller channels. Like some really, really small channels, I have had some absolutely interesting conversations with. Like Stoic Reseller, that guy, he is smart as hell. And we have had some really good conversations over there. Also, Flipping for Laughs. God, that kid is funny. Chris, he's down in Florida. I call him a kid, but he's my age. He is funny as can be, man. Like some really good content out there in these smaller channels.
Man, there are a lot of great channels actually, and actually props. Because what we're gonna do without content, man, nobody would know what to look for. Everyone will be confused. Now nobody will know about any eBay glitches, about any issues with other platforms. So it's a great opportunity, guys, to actually, follow channels that are legit, in my opinion, genuine channels where you can, because they do put out, like you, Max, actually, props to you too, man, that you put out a lot of content actually. And I'm not doing a good job of it because I just don't have time yet. Maybe I will soon. I don't know. I have to probably, get younger.
Since we've been online, I just got 10,000 views on a short.
Yeah, guys. See, there you go. I got a lot of views on the short already, guys. 10,000 is not bad, guys. So finally,
in the last half an hour, 10,000 views.
Guys, finally, with the God's help, you have to pray to God, guys, all the time.
Yeah.
I realize
the YouTube gods. Yeah. You have to pray to Mark Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs. Yeah.
Guys, God actually gonna help you. And don't forget, guys, I found this at a Goodwill bin store, if you remember, on Blockbuster tapes.
Please, that's awesome.
Please remember to rewind, guys. Don't forget, if you're selling VHS tapes to the buyers on eBay, please be kind and rewind so they're not gonna leave you negative feedback. See, that's the thing. Actually, Max, you had a buyer. You were talking about it in one of your recent videos that left you negative. That was like about some kind of, man. I already watched like so many different videos. I always forget what it was about. It was some kind of product that they were saying missing something, or like it was not missing something. Something was I don't remember. You did a video about it actually, about this negative feedback recently, if you remember. Do you
I
remember?
don't remember. Let me go into my feedback and
It
look at
was
what it could have
it
possibly
was
been.
like maybe months ago you did a video about it. Like someone you said left a negative about something, and you actually had a topic about it in your video, and I forgot when it was
The
exactly.
the shoes.
Yeah, about something smelling.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
something smelled.
I got those up there at the secret sale. You know, the secret sale that we won't talk about.
Yeah, guys, we
Um,
cannot.
I got those at the secret sale, and they were brand new shoes. They were at this random like farmhouse out in the middle of nowhere, and they were LL Bean shoes. They were like slippers. They were wicked good shearling slippers, and the person said that they were bathed in a fragrance meant to mask foot odor, and they were actually used, but they were brand new with the tags. Like they had tags still on them, and the tags were in a manner that you couldn't wear them without removing the tags because like they would have been uncomfortable to wear. And it was just like, what are you talking about? Like, I didn't know what they wanted us to do. Like they told me that the shoes stunk. Like, how do you smell shoes standing up?
Yeah, man, that's the thing about it. That's like one of those subjects that I've heard about it on some other channels that people are either leaving negative or just sending people messages about stuff smelling. And like, if you didn't smell it when you shipped it, I mean, there is no way for it to start all of a sudden to have some kind of smell, unless it's some kind of smell from like a smoker, or if someone smoked in the house or something like that. Maybe one of those things, but usually like I personally thankfully didn't run into it, thankfully yet. So like especially with shoes. So like I don't know, I usually try to do smell test all the time, guys, even at the bins.
Well,
Because
like I said, these were brand new. They were in the box. They had tags. Everything about them was new.
yeah,
And Angie actually before we got together, she worked for the FBI. She was actually a scent dog, and she went out and smelled like all the things. She would track people and stuff. So she has a really good nose on her, and she didn't smell anything either.
yeah, man, that's the thing. Like people will try to kind of. That's why it's always questionable at certain like messages that you get from buyers, and that's when you think it's is it a scammer, and you know that there wasn't anything like that, or is that
Right.
the person with specific like sense, super sense of smelling? Like you don't know. It's like some people have like a super sense that they can
Right.
smell something that someone else doesn't smell. So like that's the only thing. But one of those things is always gonna be in terms of people trying to either get partial refunds, and you actually said it in that video that they were trying to get, I think, partial refund, and you said to ship it back, and that's
Well,
when.
they didn't ask for a refund. They didn't ask for a return. They didn't ask for anything. They just made a complaint and a negative, and we would have fixed it. We would have said send it back. By all means, send it back. We would have given them their money back because they were like a $60 or $70 pair of shoes. So we would have fixed it 100%. But they didn't ask for it, and we just kind of got screwed on the negative.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, that's, but you cannot, I mean, that's part of a business, of course, and nobody can escape it. Like anything, you're gonna try to please the buyers. Nothing you can do. Like sometimes there is gonna be at least one or two buyers that come along and like leave a negative without even reaching out to you to try
Right.
to correct the issue. And in my opinion, that kind of thing, eBay probably will never try to fix, because they will always be, in my opinion, as of right now, still with all the stuff that's going on with people using eBay system to return rotten items back to sellers, not just YouTubers. But I told Lisa actually that like last week, even like I talked about it, there is a reseller that I see at the bins that doesn't have any YouTube or social media at all, and he sold a hat which was a $200 vintage hat, and the buyer opened the return, and he put a reason, just doesn't like it or just don't like it, and they sent it back. And when he got it back, it was like pair of dirty shorts in a package, not a hat.
Right.
So they say, and he doesn't have any YouTube channel. He doesn't have any social media whatsoever. He just a full-time reseller.
That's an old school. That's a PayPal hack. Like that's what they used to do back in the day. Was well, sellers would do it. You know, they would sell something, and then on you'd find on Craigslist or whatever, and you'd ship them $1,000 part, and you'd ship them a stapler. And as long as you ship that stapler, PayPal would cover you. It didn't matter. So it's working in reverse now. But if you're top rated plus, then you have protection to where you can fight that a lot easier.
Yeah, that's true. Top rated plus status actually does give you that seller protection, guys. As you know, also has a protection for negative feedbacks in there, as long as the buyer opens up return, and that's only protections, guys, you're gonna have in terms of
you sell a lot of clothes and stuff, don't you?
Lisa a little bit more, I think, than me.
No way, man. I hate clothes.
I thought you sold some more clothing before, or you?
Well,
She actually sells jewelry.
Yeah, mostly girly things, but I hate clothes. I hate clothes.
So you're selling things that are subjective, that somebody gets them, they may not like the look, they may not like how it fits, they may not like something about it.
No, I mean, I don't know. Leave me out of this. I know.
Lisa is not taking part in that conversation. That's it. We cannot have to sell all Lisa's clothing tonight, guys, and whatnot.
Well, you've got a couple super chats.
Yes, guys, I see it. Guys, I'm really sorry. Let me say hello to Simply Shenanigans, Shana in the house. I missed you. Sorry about that, Shana. We got super chat. We got Wolfman's Goodies in the house. It was a new subscriber. He was actually on Ben's live, if I'm not mistaken, or Shane. Wolfman Goodies, let me know, man, if you were on. I think he was on Shane's or was on Ben's Rocky Top. I think he was on Ben's. Yeah, he was on Rocky Top Speaker Live. So thanks for subscribing to me, and thanks for stopping by. And we got super chat from Anthony. Anthony, appreciate myself. Ever pick back up. I hope to come out and visit you guys again. I love chance to hang out with Max. Yeah, Anthony, you can come over tomorrow, man. we can hang out and go to find another cheaper hotel for you somewhere near me, man. Because actually, Anthony, when he got here, he got a hotel about 25 minutes away from where I live on the west side of Cleveland. So next time,
he didn't ask us where it would be better, but
actually, I can tell you that I was surprised he actually found a hotel there which was cheaper at that part of Cleveland compared to East Side. On East Side, it's much. I don't know why. And East Side is really actually compared to where he was. It's like
scary.
It's some spot, not where I live, but Max, you've known, like, you've been here, and you have family here, and I mean Angie does, and you know what I'm talking about, especially where you guys stopped at that particular area. That is
yes, that's Lock the Doors neighborhood. Yes, sir.
That's one of the best, guys. Yeah, that's like the Cleveland has some really, really bad neighborhoods, guys. I would not advise driving, especially at night, unless you want to look for something that is illegal. That's the only time you drive, or to look for just some kind of easy sex or something.
Whoa!
So no sex today, guys. Lucky 19 T's in the house, guys. I totally love to hang out with you guys. Appreciate you stopping by. And we got super chat from Wolfman Goodies, $2. Thanks, appreciate. Love this reselling information. Thanks so much. No problem. I really appreciate you sending us super chat. And check out his channel, guys. I'll put it in a. If I didn't put any of your channels, guys, yet, I'm really sorry, guys. I'm trying my best, guys. We talked so much about reselling that I already forgot that I'm a reseller. So Max, and soon garage sale season will start. What do you do now for sourcing? Do you go like to any type of? Do you buy storage units right now?
There's this building. It's like 50 feet from where I'm sitting, and it's full of my stuff. And I just walk out there and I pick it up. We have a death pile that is unbelievable. So I vowed to stop, but it's like I keep seeing stuff that's such low hanging fruit, on marketplace. That's been our biggest thing is marketplace lately. So I'm not going to estate sales. I'm not going to thrift stores. I'm not going to auctions. I'm just trying to get into my death pile and try to thin that herd.
And you got a lot of stuff in your store. And do you cross list to anywhere else except
Uh,
eBay?
I try. I need to hire somebody, man. I just don't have enough hours in the day. With only doing this like 15, 20 hours a week, it's like you can only do so much.
But yeah, and you actually have a large shed. You have like a bigger size shed that you're using for
Yeah,
in.
we got a 14 by 32.
That's actually a big shed, guys. If you actually need to kind
Thank
of
you.
grow, if you guys need to grow your business and you can buy a shed, guys, that's a good thing to do. Especially if you
Yeah.
do business from home, guys. That's actually the business step that has to be done when you try to grow your business is to buy a shed. If you don't
If,
want
if you if you get on my channel and you go back, we actually built the shed out on the channel, like the early videos. We bought it after we started the YouTube, and we built it all out on the channel and everything. I did almost all the work. Well, me and a buddy did the work ourselves. There wasn't anything that we hired anybody in for. We did all the electrical. We everything painted, laid floor, did everything ourselves.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's the thing about it. Like sheds, in my opinion, actually, because you buy them and you don't have to, pay rent. Like if you want to rent out a warehouse, or if you want to rent out storage unit, or
Yeah.
like some kind of other space from someone else. So, in my opinion, sheds are way to go if you want to continue to grow your business, reselling business from home, and not move into any warehouse like I used to have before with my partner way back in the day when we actually rented a 2,000 square feet building with warehouse. So that was like back in 2005, 6, 7, guys. So it's been a while already. So, but you
God,
have,
you're old, man.
man, I'm like kind of old right now, Max. Is that
I'm
right?
I'm 45 too, so
Yeah, guys, me and Max are the same age actually. We kind of realized that were you born in 78?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm too, man. Me too. 78, the best year, man. One of the best generations who were born in the 70s, guys.
Yep.
And now people from the 80s will come in and say, no, it's not. You guys are very old now. So Wolfman Goodness, no problem. Appreciate you. And guys, I will make Max big, and he will tell you about anything upcoming on his YouTube channel and his reselling business or any type of auctions he's planning to do. So Max, tell everyone, and then we're gonna say goodbye to you guys again. Unfortunately, so there you go. There's Max.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in tonight. We really appreciate it. Thanks for all the super chats that you sent Roman. That was super awesome of you guys. Really, that's amazing that y'all did that for him. On my channel, if you want to tune in, I do have a video that I'm going to be putting out called "Flipping for My Health." And that we take $50 and we turn it into more in an effort to try to lose weight because, we're all kind of extra tubby every now and again. So that's what I'm looking forward to putting out. But you can expect 2 to 3 videos from me on my channel every week. Other than that, I'll throw it back to Roman and he will close us out.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it, Max. And guys, and let me say hello to Samantha. Bill Resource, guys. Let me put her channel in, subscribe to her. She's doing a great job with her videos. And Samantha was a guest on our live also, a little bit like months ago. So, and then let me put her channel in, guys. So you
She just woke up.
Samantha, that's actually normal to wake up at that time. I usually wake up sometimes in the middle of the night. So that's normal. I wake up, Samantha, because I
That's
realized,
called
oh,
old man incontinence.
no, Samantha is a young girl. I mean, compared to me, even though I'm not a girl, but but
Are you
yeah,
sure?
I don't
It's
know, man. I have to
do
check.
whatever you want.
That one.
I put Samantha's channel in, guys. Subscribe to everyone, guys. Appreciate you all for stopping by today. I forgot to mention once again a lot of great podcasts, guys. To subscribe to Reseller Clickbait, Reseller Locker Room, Pocket Change, Power Hour Podcast, Trash to Cash. two old guys, and Flipping Fantastic, who actually Alicia and Mo. They actually went live yesterday couple times, and it was great times. And next week, guest will be Alicia Ink Picker will be the guest next week, guys. And really appreciate you all stopping by. Max, thanks for joining us, man. It was great time. I think I didn't ask a lot of questions, but when you come to Cleveland, man, I'll remember what to ask. I always forget. And
Well,
guys,
I can always hop on again. We can have a good time then too.
yeah, man. Again, you're gonna anytime, man. If you wanna be a guest anytime, it was fun talking to you, man, and even meeting you guys in Cleveland. Very genuine people, amazing, great people, and also support everyone, guys. Everyone doing fantastic job, as you know, with their YouTube channels, reselling. And I am very cheap, so I'm gonna keep haggling at garage sale. And everyone can roast. If they can roast or not, I will still be cheap. Because I'm trying to make maximum profit, guys. As being reseller for a long time, it's not an easy thing, guys. So as you understand, hopefully. Let me say hello to and hi and bye to Bum Crack Picker who came in later. Thanks, man, for stopping by. Appreciate it. And have a great rest of your weekend, guys. Super Bowl is tomorrow, and also happy Valentine's Day next week for all you Valentine people like me. And I mean, go out, have some fun with your better halves. And what Super Bowl to Max? Who's gonna win tomorrow?
Chiefs.
Oh man, I'm all against them. So I actually picked
Now
49ers.
you've done it.
Even I don't like them both, but I still think 49ers
Yeah.
will win. So we'll see, guys, next week on Saturday if I was right or not. So, all right, guys, have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you next week. Take care, everyone.
Take
Belt
care,
and button
Ping.
now, you hear?
Thanks for
Bye-bye.
super chats, guys.
Happy
Appreciate it.
sales. We hope.
Bye.